I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is January 23rd, Thursday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today. So as we discussed yesterday, you got to watch yesterday's video so it makes sense. We talked about coming probably to this gap and then to the 1 to 1.5 at the least, which they did. I talked about those three higher lows right there for liquidity. We bounced right on top of that daily bearish imbalance right here in pink. And sure enough, it did bounce off and buy. And especially we had news with Donald today. And generally speaking, when this guy's going to be talking, he's going to be fluffing up everything. So everything's just going to kind of buy. So that's kind of the logic there. And then just for the people yesterday, I said I was in the trade. You can see here, got in at the top, and then we came down into that 1.5. Closed it before the market. Had a feeling that we were consolidating. Look at this. I mean, we're already, this mess right here should let you know that this is going to be messed up, especially up till 11 o'clock because that's when he was speaking. So that's the understanding there. So take a look here. Let's see here. So I explained getting into the 1.5, bouncing, still using that first top 25% of the previous day's opening range, but ultimately also that bearish daily imbalance as you see here, which is the 27th of December, right? So bounce right out. Look how we bounce. Like I said, treat it like a 1 minute. We bounced right off of it. Beautiful. But the funny thing is that they did not reach that gap. That gap is still there. So yeah, Thursday pushed it up. But if you take a look at, let me go to a 4-hour here. If you take a look at, this is what I was saying yesterday, that I wanted to see like a top like this, right? But look at each top. It pushes up, and then it retraces, and then it pushes up one more time, but if it's a failed high, right, and then it falls. Same thing here. Pushes up, retraces, pulls up again to wipe out sellers, and then it's a failed high, and then falls. Pushes up, retraces here, and then pushes back up, and failed high. Falls down. So here, if you look at it right now, well, yes, we're bullish because of the fact that, I mean, obviously we broke out. But in the same sense, right now as we're speaking, we're pushing up. But is this going to take out that high? I mean, yeah, we have built liquidity. I want to hurry up now. But for this week, does it fall and then Friday push back down into here? I still think that this area is going to be coming for. Maybe I'm married to it. I don't know, but it just makes a lot of sense. And I also mentioned either that high, or that high was going to be hit. And we only use this top. Now, remember that wick right there of this, see this wick right here of this bearish candle? So we got stuck in there, right? Which also makes logical sense for it to not come any lower. Looking at the QQQ, if you look at that, it's also just being bullish. It's not coming in. They got a gap below and they're not hitting that either. So they're dangling this. And eventually it might be for later. But we also had that imbalance on the daily with the bullish imbalance. So I just feel like okay, Thursday they did this. Take a look. Every single one of these examples, right? They pushed back up for a failed high and then fell. So this is maybe the failed high that we're getting because we sold off. We're pushing back up. If it's a failed high, then it'll come lower. And then Friday might settle here and then wipe out some of those upsetting people because they were so greedy to keep holding. And then we discuss next week, right? So we'll see how that goes. So if I was to get into it real quick, you could see the stubbornness here. You could see we get this down candle, right? And then I did this projection here. If you take a look here, which is 830 and 831. So again, if it's bullish, there we go. We just took out that high while we're talking. And we came out to that breakout level right there, which made logical sense. But from here, where do we go? Right? Like buying up, so selling here made sense. And then buying back up makes sense. But from here is going to be really the question of what happens. I'm assuming that it'll just keep going though. But at the same speaking, this could be that lower high because that's a breakout level. Liquidity here, buy models and sell models, and then and now we're trying to rush up. But again, I wouldn't just count the downside over with. This is where it's kind of like step back though. But okay, so these two candles projections 1 to 1.5. If it's really bullish, it's not going to go farther than that. Here's a prime example, and we're using this pink area, which this is the daily, that bearish imbalance, right? So we all acting all tough with this down candle here, and then we get the order flow up, comes to the first 25%. Now here's the thing, I'm measuring this candle here, this down candle. You see the 1 on 1.5 stalls there and retraces deep, real fucking dirty. I mean, this right here is just dirty as hell, but it ended up being still a buy. So again, because of the fact that we're in that 1 on 1.5 and it's holding, plus we're in the previous midnight range. If you look at the midnight range from Wednesday, we are in that as well, which is, from now on you'll see it as this, whatever color this is, this aqua blue. It won't be the regular blue like the imbalance, but it'll be like an aqua blue. Like you can see it here. This is our present midnight opening range there, right? So you can see that we came in, we were playing with that a while, we came back to it. So let me get back to this. So we retraced deep, dirty, what can you say? But if you do the projection here, you can see that 3.5 to 4 was here. It's aligning with the closure of the opening range gap. We have the gap for today and that midnight level. So when the price was here at 9:30, it's pretty obvious that it was going to come up here because of those levels, right? So as you see, take a look. So we come up, there's our first imbalance in the green. You can see that we use that as support for the rest of the day. We push up, we get right to the 50%, right? That's not like, that's trying to be incognito, but that's not by accident, bro. Like that, buyers and sellers didn't push it to 50% right there. All right, so we came in, we came down. Then I projected these candles here, and then again 1 on 1.5. And if you didn't even have that, you can see that we're respecting that 50% level of that first imbalance, right? Beautiful there, which I'm talking about the 939. So, all right, we push up here. I got a projection here with this down candle there. You can see 1 on 1.5 right here. We get to it. So 2 drives up, past the high, and then 3 drives down. Technically, let's just call it 2 because this breaks the lows right here, right? So 1, 2. Look at these motherfuckers. Look at these assholes. So now they want to. All right. So anyways, and then what was I gonna say here? So yeah, push back, right back to opening range. I'm sorry, the first imbalance plus that gap. So that gap, hello, we're bouncing on top of that. That's real dirty to this price action right here. Trying to act incognito as well, but it's on oversold. Nice buy. Pushes up here. We finally, then we get to the opening day gap, right? And then the ceiling of the opening range gap, and obviously the orange. And then we retrace back where? Take a look. I projected these candles here, these 3. Take a look here, 3.5 to 4. We tag it. What's also there? This imbalance inversion right here, 1231. Drag that out. Boom. And then we bounce off that top 25% and then took off. So, and we're taking off. So, yeah, this might change my idea for it being a lower high now. I mean, after it rushing like that, I mean, it'd have to stop here. Like if it was going to sell off again, we'd have to see it stop here because we're super overbought. If you look at the 1 hour, look at the 1 hour, it's stupid. Look at the 1 hour. Let me see here. Was that the 1 hour I was talking about? No, that was not. Where did I see that? I saw it somewhere else, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, so yeah, but for it being this high, it'd have to. But as you see, look at every one of these examples. They get real deep into the wick, when they push back up for the failed high, real deep, real deep. So, I mean, this is completely fine. So again, it's bullish though. So, I mean, you just got to kind of roll with it. And as you can see the projection here, we got the 3.5 to 4. So it makes sense for possibly Friday to also rush up, wipe out that liquidity, finally get these dudes that have been holding forever. As you see, I got it on the 1 hour. Oh, this is the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, I got it projected here. You got 2 to 2.5. So that if you look on the daily at the same time I'm doing this to the left of the chart, look at the same time, you see the 3.5 to 4 over there. You see that? So I mean, this is obviously a target, especially the breakout traders here. Seal up that bearish imbalance right there. And this would make sense. This fucking area right here, if they decide to keep pushing Friday up, and I think it's gonna happen. Obviously, I think it's gonna happen now at this point. But and then you might get a big sell-off to on Friday to create the wick of the week. So you'll see a big sell-off and come back. So if we push up here, and then if Asia and London do that, and then you might see a reversal like at 10 o'clock tomorrow, or that 4 hour candle, or maybe it's a 2 o'clock candle. I don't know, but expect. Well, I probably should just fucking draw it. But let me see here. So something like this, and then let it close here. That's one example. If this decides to just keep pushing up, which is fucking hardcore pushing now, fucking dicks. I got out early. Anyways, it is what it is. So, but this pocket here, this is still in question. I don't care what anybody says. Just too easy. But so yeah, so this is Friday. So if Friday pushes up here, we get into here and then we sell off. That's idea one. Or we don't push up and then we come down. All right? Literally. And then that's how the week closes. So those are my two options, to be honest with you, that I'm looking at here. So, and then maybe we do buy. Maybe it fails, comes down, we end up here on Friday, and then we end up getting a big push up. Now this, if that happens, either it stops here and settles, or it like we get a crazy Friday and it pushes up. So that's also a possibility. So, and then let me get through the rest. So I think I've explained. Look at these assholes. And where did it go? Right to the gap. Look at that, as you've seen it live. So we went from that gap, bounced off here, right? And now we're back at this gap, right? So if you telling me that we are not maneuvering around these weekly gaps as a roadmap, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But got to be very helpful. Got to be very helpful. So, yeah, they just squeezed out all these sellers right here, right? See that? So, I want to, damn, there was a oversold somewhere that I was like, damn, it looks crazy. I can't remember where it was. Anyways, was it the 5 minute? Nah, it wasn't. Let's look at the 5 minute, because I need to look at the 5 minute more with you guys. Sorry, don't mind all these. Look at that. Yeah, conveniently at the algo will run at the 350 mark, right? See that, and it'll just rush for that liquidity. See that? So you want to hold it till now, which is perfect. But I was way done. This was all this bullshit here. I was just like, fuck off. Let me see here. Am I missing something? No, so that worked out beautifully, right? And then dollar just acting funny, so not really helpful today. And with it coming down, actually, well, it was actually helpful. With it staying down, that's kind of how we pushed up. Now, that's the key here. If you see, if it was to sell off, like where I wanted to go lower, into that gap on the daily for us, I want to see dollar push the fuck up hard. If it doesn't, then and we break that low, we're rushing like that. Probably all that liquidity makes kind of sense too. Then that would kind of get us up there for that final target for the moment. Excuse me. Oh, look at that. Now you're going to sell off maybe. Anyways, because that is a lower high that we created. We don't forget. So, anyways, we had higher lows here with Nas. I'm sorry, with S&P. That was kind of dictating the pushing up. Forget all this. This isn't even really. I don't really want to talk about it. But we had that lower high here with Nas. That was a nice sell off, and that's what squeezed here, real dirty. But all higher lows. Who's winning? All higher lows. So I mean, you gotta depending on where you are in your trading here, or of the day where you were trading. Like if you constantly see the higher lows going, you just don't fight it. Like even pushing up high here and then coming down here. I mean, by here you should be like, yo. I mean, I don't know if you're trading all day. I'm just talking, right? But all this mess, this was garbage, right? But then you get the breakup and the retrace back. So like, if you wait past 10:30 even, or forget the time. If say you didn't even have a time here, but you waited for it to be some type of clear direction because you have that high and that low and you're stuck in between, right? Well, then we get the push up, right? And then obviously Donald, that changed things up today for sure. I mean, that was definitely like, if Donald wasn't talking, this thing would have came lower for sure. But they are manipulating and pushing it up. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing fell down. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. But that best entry is happening at the end of the day. If it's a sell, I'm just talking possibly. Who knows? But let's go real quick here. We got Dow. Look at that. Told you about going out to that gap. Did that beautifully. I mean, man, look at that, bro. Look at the daily. Jesus Christ. Look at the daily. That shit is beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, when it comes to this RSI, look at that, bro. Oh my God. That's crazy. That shit don't even look real. What a move. What am I doing? Let's see here. Look at this. Damn, I can't even let me see. That's a birdie for real. Classic buy day here. Look at that. Bounce right on top of that daily of the opening gap. Gone. Higher lows. S&P. Wow, look at that. That's sick. Yeah. I don't think they're coming down yet, but we'll see what they do Friday. It's gonna be interesting. Maybe not even trade it. I mean, honestly, it's just like, if it's clear setup, we'll see. But look at that. They're rushing. So obviously they're rushing for that liquidity. And now that maybe they are so interested in that. Trying to hurry up and get them out. As you see, that's doesn't get any more faster than that. And let me tell you something, dude. This was the easiest month ever. I mean, this was the probably best month. This was just amazing as a first month for a year. And it troubles me because I feel like they're gonna screw everybody next month because it make it choppy. But this is, to be honest with you folks, this is as easy as it gets. Look at this price action. Why would you want to trade anything else? I have no idea why anybody would want to trade forex, for example. Like, for what? Okay, so anyways, wow, dude. Damn. Just trend line heaven over here. So what was I saying? Yeah, and then also I was mentioning kind of wanted to see it come to the oversold side here, come down, and we didn't get that extra little push down. So now we topped it again, right? Yo, I don't know. I'm wondering if they're gonna sink this bitch from here. Cause I mean, oh man, I don't know. This should be really interesting here. Really interesting here. Watch them pull the rug like this, you know. But I think I know I've talked enough. Am I missing something, man? Damn, I feel like I'm missing something. Let me just think real quick. I don't think I'm missing something. I've explained all that. Yeah, this area here is just real suspect for me. It's like screaming, come to me. That would look unnatural if it fell from here, though. I would prefer it to go up first, to be honest. I would prefer it to go up first, sweep, and then roll over. Like I said in the first example, if you rewind the video. Does it happen from here? I don't know, man, obviously, but um, real suspect. So you guys take care and God bless.